Our African brothers have gained their independence faster than you and I here in America have. They've also gained recognition and respect as human beings much faster than you and I. Just 10 years ago on the African continent, our people were colonized. They were suffering all forms of colonization, oppression, exploitation, degradation, humiliation, discrimination, and every other kind of Asian. And in a short time, they have gained more independence, more recognition, more respect as human beings than you and I have. And you and I live in a country which is supposed to be the citadel of education, freedom, justice, democracy, and all of those other pretty sounding words. We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary. We want equality by any means necessary. We don't feel that in 1964, living in a country that is supposedly based upon freedom and supposedly the leader of the free world, we don't think that we should have to sit around and wait for some segregationist congressman and senators and a president from Texas in Washington, D.C. to make up their mind. And our people are due now some degree of civil rights. No, we want it now, or we don't think anybody can have it.
Real quick, man. I'm gonna be here for a long time. Appreciate it, Miss Parker. Much love to you. Shout out to Z, shout out to Miss Parker, shout out to DJ. Fuck you soon, man. Real quick, man. Yesterday was Malcolm X's birthday, and it's been something that I've been wanting to talk about for a minute. I don't think a lot of people even know about is the correlation between Malcolm X mental health history with his family, even past his death, and the FBI or the government using mental health against our people, right? This is not about anything religious, you know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter what you believe in. It's simply about all the dynamics and the huge spectrum that the government and others will try to use against Black people. Now, we know about shit that happened in Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? And for the better part, the way the government treats us as citizens, regardless on what color you are, and then I can get deeper into that. It's less about race and more about money, but that's the topic for a different day. So real quick, man, I want to get this out up under an hour, man. I think I can do that. So if you guys didn't know, what I first want to get into, the first part of it is, like I said, yesterday was X's birthday. He would have been 97 years old. This is a man who wasn't afraid to speak his mind at any time about what he believed in, what he thought, and what he would want, what we should do, what we can do for our people. Like I said, I don't really get into the religious part of it because I try my best to stay away from that because that's for other people to dissect. But I just want to simply dissect the mental health aspect of Malcolm X, the history of it, in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's where I first started off at, right? His mother. This is an article that I've been having in the tuck for a long time. This article was made in 2015. So February 23rd was the anniversary of his assassination. I don't really celebrate when he died. I always celebrate his birthday. But nonetheless, he always had a bitterness towards white people, and it stemmed from what happened to his mother, you know. And I've shared the same sentiments for a long time. That's something that I had to deal with along in my life, right? Because his mother was hospitalized for 26 years at the Kalamazoo Psychiatric Hospital. So let's read a little history, man. Born Malcolm Little in 1925, Malcolm X grew up in the Lansing area. His father, Earl Little, died when Malcolm was just 6. Police ruled it as a streetcar accident, but the family suspected that Little was killed for his vocal support for Marcus Garvey and civil rights. So his walk in life wasn't just with him. This was in his bloodline. You know, you see that a lot with Pac also, you know, when we talk about, you know, his mother, things of that nature, and many other people who have, you know, decided to take a walk for our people, or, you know, it's not literally a walk, but, you know, as far as speaking about the things that go on in the Black community with the unfiltered tongue. Louise Little, the mother of Malcolm X, was a native of Grenada who had a Black mother and a white father. With her husband's death in 1931, she became a 35-year-old impoverished widow with 8 children during the Great Depression. Malcolm X wrote in his autobiography, "The physical downhill wasn't as quick as the psychological. My mother was above everything else, a proud woman, and it took its toll on her that she was accepting charity, and her feelings were communicated to us." And within a few years, he also wrote, "Some kind of psychological deterioration hit our family circle and began to eat away our pride." Excuse me. Perhaps it was the constant, tangible evidence that we were destitute. His mother's pride also resulted in frequent clashes with welfare officials, especially when she refused certain foods, such as pork, because it was against her religion as a Seventh-day Adventist. They were as vicious as vultures. They had no feelings, no understanding, no compassion, or respect for my mother, Malcolm X wrote. And the final straw came when his mother was dating a man who left her when she became pregnant. Louise Little had a nervous breakdown in 1937 that resulted in a court order to send her to Kalamazoo State Hospital. Malcolm was 11 years old. He and his siblings went into foster care. Now, Louise Little was admitted to the hospital with the diagnosis of paranoid condition. Now, I want you guys to, when watching this right now, or the playback, I can't see the screen right now, but make sure you take hold of the word paranoid. You're going to see that a lot. You're going to see the words like paranoid, schizophrenic, shit like that a lot. And that loops into how they use that against us and how they still do with everything that's going on. But I get to that in a minute. That's the second part of what I got going on, you know. Louise Little was admitted to the hospital with a diagnosis of paranoid condition, probably dementia praecox, and stayed until 1936. Judge McClellan in Lansing had authority over me and all of my brothers and sisters. We were children, court wards. He had the full say over us, a white man in charge of a Black man's children. Nothing but legal modern slavery, however, kindly intentioned. Malcolm X wrote in his autobiography, 1965. I'm going to read a little bit more of this. He continued, "My mother remained in the same hospital at Kalamazoo for about 26 years. So his mother was in a psychiatric hospital for 26 years in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Later, when I was still growing up in Michigan, I would go to visit her every so often. Nothing that I can imagine could have moved me as deeply as seeing her in a pitiful state. In 1963, we got my mother out of the hospital, and now she lives there in Lansing with Filbert and his family. It was so much worse than if it had been a physical sickness, for which a cause might be known, medicine given, a cure effected. Every time I visited her, when when finally they led her a number. Back inside from where she had been sitting together, I felt worse. My last visit, when I knew I would never come back to see her again, was there, 1952. I was 27 years old. My brother Filbert had told me, where am I at? My brother Filbert had told me that on this last visit, she had recognized him somewhat in spots. He said, but she did not recognize me at all. She stared at me. She didn't know who I was. Her mind, when I tried to talk and to reach to her, was somewhere else. I asked, Mama, do you know what day it is? She said, staring, all the people have gone. All the people have gone. And I can't describe how I felt. The woman who had brought me into this world and nursed me, advised me, chastised me, loved me, didn't know me. It was as if I was trying to walk up the side of the hill of feathers. I looked at her, I listened to her talk, but there was nothing I could do. I truly believe that if ever a state social agency destroyed a family, it destroyed ours. We went and tried to stay together. Our home didn't have to be destroyed, but the welfare, the courts, and their doctor, say it again, the welfare, the courts, and their doctor gave us 1, 2, 3 punch. Gave us a 1, 2, 3 punch. And ours was not the only case of this kind. I have rarely talked to anyone about my mother, for I believe that I am capable of killing a person without hesitation who happened to make the wrong kind of remark about my mother. So I purposely don't make any opening for some fool to step into. You did. And I can definitely understand that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Empress? What's going on? So that's the first part, right? So we know that he's had a history with that. Now, the next part is this. The next part is hold on, I forgot. Let me drop this in the link real quick. I'm gonna drop this in the chat real quick in case anybody want to come up. Let me go here. Going to go there. Hold up real quick, y'all. Drop this off real quick, man. But yeah, anyway, so knowing that history, right? All those things are documented, right? Now, with that being said, right? If you heard him speak, you definitely know something should be. You definitely know how Malcolm spoke, what he spoke about. We've all seen the movie. I necessarily don't think it's, you know what I'm saying, all the way true or not. It doesn't come from anything else but my father. My father was around. He was a Muslim at that time. So that's where I got the information from. You know what I'm saying? It was all the way accurate. But like I said, we're not really gonna get into all that right now. Link is in the chat. But next though, what I want to get into, just an overview. What's up with I got time today? What's up with Alicia Beacon Sparkle, the Empress? You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody. But what I really wanted to get into, the next part of it, if you're just pulling up, I just went past. I'm I'm trying to take y'all through a trip, right? Because we all know about Malcolm X, by any means, you know, necessary, the ballot or the bullet, and all his other, you know, his speeches, but little know about the history and the correlation he has with mental health. So I'm taking you on a little loop. We're gonna go in a little loop. I'm gonna bring it around town. You know what I'm saying? Like the only way that Trill Pill can. All right. Link is in the chat if you want to pull up. But look, so if you're just not pulling up, I just went through what he wrote in his autobiography in 1965 about his mother, what happened to her, how they were in poverty, and how she was sent to a psychiatric hospital in Kalamazoo, Michigan for 26 years, and how she had dementia. They said she was paranoid. They said she was, you know, doing a whole lot of unusual things. And as he wrote himself, that made them wars of the state because his dad passed away when he was 6. And this happened when he was 11. So as a child, 11 years into his life, his father died. You know, how his father died, they say it was a streetcar accident, but his father was also he also spoke, you know what I'm saying, he spoke on what's going on with black people, and he spoke his words, so you know how they label what, you know, what really happened versus, you know what I'm saying, what they say happened type shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe they killed his father, right? So that happened at 5, right? 6 years old. And at 11 years old, his mother gets diagnosed as paranoid. They say she got some type of dementia going on. Now, mind you, what I forgot to do, I forgot to pull up how they treated mental health at that time. You know what I'm saying? At that time, because it was totally different how they treat it now. If you ever watch any, like, if you ever watch, I'm going on a little tangent right here, but if you ever watch any of them go shows, right? A lot of the places where they go are mental health asylums. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know how to handle people with mental health issues, whether it was the dementias or anything, whether it was physical or physical and mental or just mental. They didn't know. They were kind of the outcasts, and they kind of treated them and tortured them and did whole lot of gruesome, weird, off the wall type shit. You did. So I'm just trying to imagine his mindset as he was going through that. Now, as he's 11 years old, him and his brothers and sisters, it was 8 of them at that time. So it's 8, it's you and your 7 other siblings. Now y'all are children of the state. There is a judge who decides where you go, and at that time, that could even be more dangerous than that could be dangerous. I put it like that, right? Like you said, it was a white judge trying to telling black kids where to go, where to live at. They could have told them anything, and that's why Malcolm ran to the streets. If you know anything, before he was Malcolm X, he was Detroit Red. You know what I'm saying? He was red. He was out there hustling, pimping. You know what I'm saying? Jacking and macking out there. You know what I'm saying? Before he became reformed. So that kind of pushed him into the streets because his father passed away. His mother's in a mental institute. I could go deeper, but I don't have the time to kind of dissect his autobiography right now. I just wanted to go through this, but a lot of things led him into the streets where he doing what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? He got him a cool little gang, and you know what I'm saying? And he was out there with it. What's up, Click Corleone? You know? But next, we want to show how, get right into it, man. We're going to be out of here in like an hour, I guarantee you. Let's see. Quick. I want to say, is it this one? Or is it that one? Let's see. Let's see, man. Not sure if that's the one. That's just a quote. That's not what I want. Let's see. That's not what I want, y'all. Bear with me like Smokey real quick, man. I'm going to get this shit right on. Y'all stay tight real quick. Real quick. This is the one. Yeah. Okay, so this is a great article too. Mind you, everything I'm showing you will be in the description. All the links will be in the description box for all my niggas who out there who like reading like me. I'm an avid reader. I do my thing when it comes to them books and them pages and them articles. I get it done. So for all my people who want more information of this and want to carry on the conversation, you know, wherever else, all those links will be in my description box. Now, right here, all right. I want to start this right here. I just want to pick pick a piece of this article apart. Let's see what it is. Okay. Yeah, right there. Excuse me, hold on real quick. All right, so the issue became prominent in the Soviet Union in the 1970s and 1980s when the systematic political abuse of psychiatry led to 1/3 of political prisoners being locked up in a psychiatric hospital. Doctor was diagnosed political dissenters with a sluggish schizophrenia. I'm gonna read that shit again. The issue became prominent in the Soviet Union. Those who know your history, y'all know what the Soviet Union is. In 1970s and 1980s. So this is not that far ago. All right. Where systematic political abuse of psychiatry led to 1/3 of political prisoners being locked up in a psychiatric hospital. doctors would diagnose political dissenters with sluggish schizophrenia, describing what was claimed to be a form of mental disorder characterized by a slowly progressive course, explaining why patients might show no symptoms of schizophrenia or any other psychiatric disorder at the time of diagnosis. And the patients suffering from this form of schizophrenia, which has long been discredited for its scientific inaccuracy, were said to exhibit, grandiose ideas of reforming society, along with other symptoms like reform, delusions, struggle for truth, and perseverance. So if you haven't noticed, right, I used to be a teacher for a cool little minute, and I taught in a predominantly white school district. And I would notice that it's like I'll go past certain rooms, right? I taught pretty much all over the place. I was a sub, I was an actual classroom teacher. I did it all. You know what I'm saying? In the span of 4 or 5 years, I did it all. I kind of worked my way up through that thing. You did. So I kind of seen a lot that I didn't like. So I noticed when I started working in the SPED classrooms, a lot of the kids were black. And now as I'm working with these kids, I'm like, nothing wrong with this kid. This kid is brilliant. This kid is smart. This kid is intelligent. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have no attitude problem. He just y'all don't understand us. There are no that it wasn't enough me, right? It was me and my ex-wife. We were both teachers and maybe 2 other teachers in the whole school, all right, that were only black. All right. So the kids that were African American or black, whatever you want to call them, excuse me, a few of those were just put into these classrooms. And it was crazy because it's like, well, how can you say that, this kid needs help when this kid is knocking all the schoolwork out? You know what I'm saying? This kid is knocking all this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't cutting no corner with this shit. Y'all looking at him crazy side the head. And he's actually trying to, now, mind you, this was in I only worked in elementary and middle school. So I'm noticing these kids have dialogue. I'm having dialogue with these kids. You know, some of the TRILLPILL other kids, baby. You know, so I'm a big kid myself, but I like talking to kids because there is a certain innocence and a certain honesty that we get out of children that you won't get out of most adults, right? Because you kind of get them like kind of about that point where they aren't tainted or slightly tainted. Some are just whatever. Like you see that kid with that whip the other day. He a young kid in elementary. His mind is already fucked off. He walking around with a fucking whip. Where he got the whip from, I don't know. The daddy, like, he ain't had no, you know what I'm saying? That's some wild shit. But all these kids, they don't know what the world has for them. They're not thinking about the word. They're not thinking about, you know what I'm saying? Just the other shit. All they know or what they see, what they're going to speak on. And it's going to be cut and dry. Not going to be any sugar, you know what I'm saying, coated shit with most children, you know what I'm saying, that are innocent minded before the word gets to them and fuck our head, fuck their head up like the same way our minds was fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But it was crazy how I would see that shit and I would go home and I'd be sad about it, right? I'd be like, man, I work with this kid all day and I got to work from his teacher and nothing was wrong. So when I read something like this, to kind of where like the origins of it, because I'm gonna get down to it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to where it ties into what I'm talking about, is it's crazy, the origins of it. When you keep thinking about what's going on right now, you keep seeing Russia and where these tactics come from. They don't come from us. They come from all the way around the world, but they use us as guinea pigs for their bullshit. You dig what I'm saying? Kind of like how Joe Biden gave $300 million through the 300, whatever, how many $1 million to Ukraine, right? Then they come out the next day, the article on Newsweek talking about, we didn't notice a Nazi symbol on the Ukraine soldiers' uniform. Really? You can tell me that NATO gave $300 million to some another topic, a different day. But look what I'm saying here, though. All right. So I'm gonna skim down a little bit for time purposes, right? United States history is scattered with examples of application of psychiatric diagnosis to reinforce power relations in society. As early in 1851, the American physician Samuel A. Cartwright hypothesized that the cause of enslaved Africans fleeing fleeing captivity was a mental illness known as what the fuck is that? Drapetomania. You see how they just made some shit up? Isn't that some crazy shit? As early as 1851, the American European, but physician, fucking up, smoking too much. Samuel A. Cartwright hypothesized that the cause of enslaved Africans, he hypothesized, which is an educated guess, we all know that by now, hypothesized that the cause of enslaved Africans fleeing captivity was a mental illness known as drapetomania, right? Some made up bullshit. As a remedy for this disease, quote unquote, Cartwright prescribed the removal of both big toes, making running a physical impossibility. Look, I don't make this shit up, all right? When I talk about mental health and shit like that, it's way deeper than just anxiety and depression and things that we all go through. But the fact that these are things we all go through, but a lot of us lack the tools to handle this shit. But look how they handled this shit back then, right? This is some pretty weird, off the wall type shit. You did. You know what I'm saying? That's how they handled. They said, oh, because you don't want to be a slave, you got drapetomania, right? And as a remedy, we're going to cut off both your big toes to prevent you from running. I don't know if y'all ever stubbed your big toe or pulled your big toe or caught you a turf toe. If you play sports, you know what turf toe is. But trying to walk on your big toe is rough, let alone not having it fucking there. That's how deep this mental health shit is. It's deeper than just, it's just we want to go therapy. It's deeper than that. It's way, way deeper than that. It's a deep, dark, sick fucking history with this shit, especially for our people. That's why when it comes to books like the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health, written by the beautiful Dr. Rita Walker at the University of Houston, right? That book should be in your library. Whether you believe or whether you think about mental health all the time or not, this book should be in there because it identifies with us. We can't keep identifying with this generalized shit. We need us for us. Don't get me wrong. It's just like buying a new car. Yeah, you want that new car. Yeah, it's cool, but if you got the money, what you gonna do? You gonna customize that son of a bitch, man. You're gonna put the seat, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna put the springs in that bitch, you're gonna put the trunk on, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna flip that bitch out. The same way we gotta do with our mental health. This shit has to be general, it has to be specific for us because we don't go through the same thing. This is our culture. This is what the Trill Pill is all about. It's the foundation is mental health, but the house is everything else. But it's in our culture. It's the way we talk, the way we walk. You know what I'm saying? It is the way what our women, what they go through, the way they have to deal with, how they deal with, how they have to be, how they for so long and still currently are being used as pawns and chess pieces to break up families. It's a mental fuck. How the men are being fucked over to do the same thing. They have a whole attack on masculinity, preferably Black masculinity. Come on, Black man. I can't speak on being a white man because I ain't white. So I'm just saying, shout out to my, white brothers out there. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. There's an attack on that. You see, they got a whole show about a bunch of whatever's in their hand fighting, fist fighting. They getting it popping. It's basically the bad girls club, except we got bad boys in it. That's weird to me, man. You see what this world doing. But anyway, we get back to mental health, all right? Another topic, another day. Recap. Samuel A. Cartwright hypothesized the cause of enslaved Africans fleeing captivity was a mental illness known as drapetomania. As a remedy for this disease, Cartwright prescribed the removal of both big toes, making running a physical impossibility. Now, during the Civil Rights era, African-American pastor and activist Clinton W. King Jr., the OG right here. You see the OG. See look on his face. You know what I'm saying? He's tired of this shit. All right. Clinton W. King Jr. tried his vain to enroll at an all-white University of Mississippi. For those who don't know who that is, that's Ole Miss. All right, it's Ole Miss. If you know football and the SEC, It's Ole Miss. All right. The Mississippi police arrested and confined King to a mental hospital for 12 days on the grounds that any nigger who tried to enter Ole Miss must be crazy. One more yet again. During the civil rights era, African American pastor and activist Clinton W. King Jr. tried in vain to enroll at all-white University of Mississippi for a summer graduate course in 1958. But my brother was trying to get his education now. I don't know why he went there. He could have went to Jackson State or could have went to Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Not Mississippi State, but he could have went to, you know what I'm saying, Alcorn or something. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the OG went to, he tried to go to Ole Miss. He was arrested and confined. They confined King to a mental hospital for 12 days on the grounds that any nigger, ER, hard ER, who tries to enter Ole Miss must be crazy. In 1968, a new version of the American Psychiatric Association Diagnostic of Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, aka the DSM-2, featured a strong redefinition of schizophrenia to include new terminology, including terms projected anger, hostility, terms often used to describe actions to protesters and civil rights activists. All right. In his book, The Protest Psychosis, How Schizophrenia Became a Black Disease, that was written in 2011. Psychiatrist and cultural critic Jonathan Metzl shows how these revisions established a link between African Americans and schizophrenia that was so strong that by 1970s, it could be easily seen in advertisement for antipsychotic drugs. All right. Link this shit together. You did? Make sure you're listening. All right. I know I'm reading fast and I kind of stutter a little bit. We're going to get to it. All right. Bear with me. Like smoking. All right. A psychiatrist and cultural critic, Jonathan Metzl, shows how these revisions established a link between African Americans and schizophrenia that was so strong that by the 1970s, it could be seen easily in advertisements for antipsychotic drugs that feature African imagery and depictions of belligerent black men in urban environments with clenched black power fists. This something right here. I learned about from my pops. My pops, shout out to the OG, 70. He's in the mid-70s. During this time, he was in his 30s. You did. So he noticed this. He seen it. He told me, son, this was all in the media. It's how the media was. You know what I'm saying? It's how the media was. Kind of how they doing now. With the other shit, we're gonna spin the block, chop the op, and all the other bullshit. You did, but that shit be jamming up. But I'm just saying, I'm a hypocrite. Fuck it, you are too. Anyway, look, but I'm just saying though, that he told me this was in the media. It was easily seen in the fucking media. Advertisements for antipsychotic drugs that feature African imagery and depictions of belligerent black men in urban environments with clenched black power fists. Unsurprisingly. That's how if you see where I'm going, you see where I'm going. Surprisingly, there are many historic examples of African. Hold on, make sure. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Look. Let me check the chat real quick. You know what I'm saying? This is somewhat of a history lesson. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat, but I gotta tie it all together. You know what I'm saying? Got tied all together. But unsurprisingly, there are many historic examples of African American leaders whose mental health status has been called into question by those who wish to brand this psychiatric diagnosis to discredit their cause for societal reform. According to declassified documents, the FBI diagnosed Malcolm X with the pre-psychotic paranoid schizophrenia. Now, I don't know how many of y'all even know this shit, right? This is why I gotta talk about this. This is why I gotta break this shit down. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. I know niggas is doing this, niggas is doing that all over the case. It's a lot of this bullshit, a lot of mental health problems going on YouTube right now. If you dig what I'm saying, it's a whole lot going on right now. But everybody keeps saying, "Ain't nothing wrong with me." I just be sitting back laughing, eating my fruit snacks. You know what I'm saying? And then when I showed this to, you know what I'm saying, the other night, I was with a little chick. We watching this shit. I showed this to a little chick. We were talking about this shit. She's like, well, this shit crazy. I said, bitch, I know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's why nigga. Anyway, look, this shit crazy. I just want to let y'all know that I be showing, I don't show them everything, but the people that on the outside that I show the inside, they say this shit is complete. A lot of this shit, 95, 97, 98.8% of this shit is pure fucking buffoonery. Now, getting back to it, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, every now and then, I put myself to the circus. I grab my peanuts, you know what I'm saying, and my drink to the circus. Because shit, y'all gonna act the fool. Shit, I'm gonna watch y'all act the fool. Fuck it. Might as well. Y'all crash out, crash out. I'll be here watching, waiting, talking about mental shit. You know what I'm saying? Pain, eating fruit snacks and shit. But anyway, unsurprisingly, there are many historic examples of African American leaders whose mental health status has been called into question by those who wish to brand this psychiatric diagnosis to discredit their cause for societal. What them S's be having nigga hung up? Societal reform. And according to declassified documents, the FBI diagnosed Malcolm X with pre-psychotic paranoid schizophrenia and highlighted his plots to overthrow the government. The commentators have been noted that even if figures like Malcolm X did display paranoid symptoms, the cause is now tragically obvious, as history shows that the government was really profiling him and really was tapping his phone. You know what I'm saying? So here lies the question. Was he psychotic? Was he paranoid? When you see this picture with him with the chopper out the window, y'all know the picture. I'm pull up in a minute. Matter of fact, it's my thumbnail. I probably so I'm trying to show it because they might try to flag me. I tried to do some shit earlier and they they got me the fuck out of here earlier. I just tried some shit and they was like, real quick. I'm like, damn. So the YouTube was not playing. They squeezing this shit down. But when you see that picture of Malcolm X with that chopper, what do that mean for you? What does that mean to you? For some people, it's like, oh, that shit cool. That shit fly. He got the chopper. Yeah, all right. But put yourself in your shoes. Now, one thing that we lack these days, we lack empathy, right? We lack empathy. We lack the ability to put ourselves in other people's shoes, you did? So it's like this. Imagine if you go out there and you doing what the fuck you doing. You blazing the shit. You done got up on your soapbox. You done blazed this shit. You know what I'm saying? You done blaze the shit every time. You got a powerful tongue. People coming and they listen to you speak that hot shit. You know what I'm saying? They following your lead. And hearing you talk, you become a prolific figure. You leading people. Now, if you know what I know, what has happened to every one of our leaders? I'm not talking about religion. Take all that out. I'm talking about every one of the black leaders. What has happened to them ultimately, right? They got killed by the very same government that we're supposed to be following instructions for. You did. Everybody, kind of like my pops told me, right? My pops told me, because he was a Muslim back then in those eras. You know what I'm saying? He was there. He was 10 toes down. He Mingy Man March and all that shit. Got pictures of all that shit. So when I spit this game, it ain't coming from a place. So I just woke up one day and do this shit. It comes from a place. So this is just knowledge that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So he was telling me when they did this shit, they were trying to call. They were not trying to call. They were calling these dudes crazy. Like they called that reverend. Now, what? Now, was he? Did he? Now, could he have gone? If he wanted to go to college in Mississippi, he could have went to Alcorn. He could have went to Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere else. Delta. You know what I'm saying? Delta Valley, but he didn't. All right. So that's another story another day. He tried to go to Ole Miss, and because he tried to go to Ole Miss, they locked him up for 12 days and said he was fucking crazy. He was psychotic for trying to go and get an education. They put him in a psychiatric hospital for 12 days. I don't know about what that rings to you, but to me, that's some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like, just imagine, right? I'm gonna put it like this to make it draw a little closer, because if I'm too far out, I'm gonna bring it back in for you. A lot of this shit I'll be seeing, what you niggas be doing on YouTube, is way worse than what the OG up here did. If all he did was try to get and goddamn me education, What you need to be doing over on YouTube, y'all can finish that sentence. But look, y'all can finish that sentence yourself, man. Y'all ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are very intelligent, man. I watch everything in this sector, man. Some very intelligent people in this sector, man, that be knowing. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you can watch this shit all the fucking time and not and say you just all right. I mean, not really watch it, because we can watch all type of clown shit, right? It's fucking circus over here. But there's no way that somebody could be doing all type of fuck shit. You did what I'm saying? All this shit, and you looking at this fucking TV or your phone with sane eyes or whatever, and saying this shit is cool. This shit is all right. You know what I'm saying? Some people they like to operate in dark places. Them people I don't fuck with. I try to keep my peace. Sometimes I know on YouTube shit, I even try to play ball a little bit with that shit, but I can't do it. I feel fake as fuck when I try to go play ball and do some shit that I can't do it. I'm not gonna sit here and play with you niggas all goddamn day. I'm not gonna sit here and keep doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's too much information. It's too much real shit that's going on. People is dying. Our people are dying left and right, still getting shot in the back. And like AI said, you niggas want to talk about practice. You know what I'm saying? Like AI said, nigga, my best friend just died. Look, I got baby mama issues, bitch want child support, whatever, and you niggas want to talk about practice. That's how I be feeling sometimes on YouTube shit. But anyway, that's a tangent. Trill Pill, stay on track. All right, now, FBI diagnosed Malcolm X with pre-psychotic paranoid schizophrenia. Highlighted his plots to overthrow the government. Like I said, and ultimately, he wasn't paranoid. That's why he was hanging out the window with the chopper, watching fuck niggas watch him. Watching fuck niggas watch him. You ever, I don't know where your lifestyle live, but you ever be watching some niggas that watching you? It's some weird mind fucking shit be going on. You know what I'm saying? And so it's crazy how we sit here today and me included, we just allow and accept some of this shit to be going across our airwaves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keep on going though, but using and abusing mental health diagnosis in this way undermines the cause of mental health care and the goal of achieving health equity. When political dissent is misrepresented as a clinical psychosis, activists and patients both suffer. Manipulative psychiatry contributes to the stigma surrounding mental health and perpetuates unfair power relations within society. Mental health care tools should not be should not be used to silence the voices of those who wish to challenge the status quo. Mental health care tools should not be used to silence the voices of those who wish to challenge the status quo. I'm gonna read that shit again. I'm like on some Mike Jones shit, because that shit was nobody child. That shit hit me. Mental health care tools should not be used to silence the voices of those who wish to challenge the status quo. It is vital that no matter what a person's experience is, they feel safe to share and do not censor themselves for the fear of being mischaracterized or worse, turned into a fucking target. You did what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, we're going to break this shit up real quick, man. I know y'all ears probably buzzing right now. This nigga Trill Pill, this nigga Dan said he up rest taking the trip back to the class. It's okay. You know, we're going to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to wake you up. It said Trill do a mukbang. I don't know who the fuck that is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, though. It's all good, though. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, though. You know what I'm saying? See what this says. Everyone has traumatic experiences in life, handle mental health differently. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They do. Hey, my head, hey, I bet if niggas yelled it was gonna be a freestyle circle and then got two pins at the start beating on the fucking desk, you'll wake your ass up. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody putting up. You know what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying, man? Hold up. We're gonna break this thing up right in a minute, man. Y'all stay tuned real quick, man. I'm gonna close this shit on out, man. I'm about to close this shit right on out. I'm gonna get to it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to it. Man. Hold on. Y'all niggas wildin', man. You hear what I'm saying? There's some good shit though. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain. It's type of shit like this. I can do this shit all day. You know what I'm saying? And I can't help myself. I can't help myself because I be wondering. I be like, man, what in the fuck is going on? But anyway, gotta break it up a little bit with some motherfucking tunes, man. We got the Outfit, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Dallas, Texas. Good mail. You know what I'm saying? Not good mail, but outlaw mail. Good overtime. You did. Good overtime.
Lord knows I done did the fool when it come to these women. Fuck around and tell you a few stories, but that's for another time, another place. Shit get too crazy. This one though, she different. I feel like God made her for me. She sweet, fine and a bitch. I mean, that booty a fool. She smart, educated, got a good head on her shoulders, man. Got a good heart. But most of all, she got a good spirit. I love her spirit. She try that bossy shit sometime, but that's just programming. She really don't want to be the boss. She just want to be happy, want to feel joy, want to be okay. Want me to be happy. She do want my time, though. I be tired, grinding all day, but I don't mind giving her some. She energized me.
Big Daddy Mel.
Hey, 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 hey. Tell her baby want to, tell her baby want, tell her baby want to, tell her baby want, tell her baby want to, tell her baby want, tell her baby want to, tell her baby want, tell her baby want to. That's what it do. Soon as I put this work in, know I'm coming through. Oh baby, that's for certain. Know I love that move. A fool when we in person. Know I love you. Middle of the cliff with it, babe, ain't stiff with it. Squatting and she dip with it, man, that ass dim with it. She gon' let him get it, yes sir, me. Yes sir, we ain't finna let her be. Finna come mess with her, checkers not chess with her. They gon' king me, finna get chest to chest with her. They gon' sing B, my back door with Riri. Might fuck up her Fenty, the matchbox on 20. It's 3 a.m. By time to pack it up and gon' come through shit. True shit, text me talking about I better not get to running shit. Ooh, now I'm a 35, 80 miles and gunning in the mood shit. That little baby want to, that little baby want, that little baby want to, that little baby want, that little baby want to, that little baby want, that little baby want to, that little baby want, that little baby want to. That's what it do. Soon as I put this work in, know I'm coming through. Oh baby, that's for certain. Know I love that move. A fool when we in person. Know I love you. Man, say, about to come see my little bae. Took a little shower, I'm on the way. Be about an hour, but that's okay. Probably gon' stay. Yeah, yeah. Text it back like, yeah, yeah. She takes back that KK. Clap my hands, hey, baby. Hit the road like Mayday. Hit the dough and payday. Cash shoes, teed up, I had to. Ripped out that cash suit. Shit, yeah. Oh, I'm like that shit, yeah. Oh, for sure, for certain. Gonna put that work in. That little baby want to. That little baby want. That little baby want to. That little baby want. That little baby want to, that little baby want, that little baby want to, that little baby want, that little baby want to. That's what it do. Soon as I put this work in, know I'm coming through. Oh baby, that's for certain. Know I love that move. A fool when we in person. Know I love you. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, sir.
Big Daddy Mouth.
Nigga woke up.
Right.
New one. Stun on the beat as a Chico.
Bang roll, bang roll.
Add me up, man. Count me up.
Bang roll, bang roll.
I need all mine. I need every bit of it. Change included.
Bang roll, bang roll. Got a different whoa when I got a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. No time to talk, gotta get a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. Now she tryna stalk cause I got a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. No time to talk, gotta get a bang roll.
Look, say, gotta get that back, gotta get that damn cheese. No time for no scam, no time for no damn free. Pull me to that money, it's gonna be a stampede. Broke, I can't be, watch me do the damn thing.
Bang roll,
Feel that shit off in my jeans. Know how to get the jacket, know a nigga like staying clean.
bang roll.
Need a low for the whole team. Tired of them little crumbs, little bitch. We need the whole thing. Yo, we need the whole row. Gotta feed the pack, little bro. You know how it go. Come on, gotta play for the invest. It's a go. Unchained dough, nigga never been slow. Gotta get a
Bang roll,
yeah.
bang roll. Got a different whoa when I got a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. No time to talk, gotta get a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. Now she tryna stalk cause I got a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. No time to talk, gotta get a bang roll. Bang roll.
Looking for the bankroll. Ride with my bros, we don't fuck with stink hoes. Gotta show me that you loyal and if not you can't roll. Fuck a little different when you get a pocket full of chochos on the road and it's hot and cold. Running to my goal like Ronaldo on the field, shit for show. If you ain't speaking money, bro, it ain't time to talk. I'm a man on a mission, famo, that chain my walk. Gotta live over timber, you a simp. Never scared to take the shot. Play for me like Sean Kemp. I'm just shit for bang rolls. I can't fuck with lame hoes. Boy, I'm on the main road. I ain't even chain clothes. No, you heard of that?
Bang roll, bang roll. Got a different whoa when I got a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. No time to talk, gotta get a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. Now she tryna stalk cause I got a bang roll. Bang roll, bang roll. No time to talk, gotta get a bang roll. Bang roll.
Real quick, man. I'm gonna close the thing on out, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say this though, man. I hope you took all the information I gave today, man. The only reason I put this out, man, yesterday was Malcolm X's birthday. I've been wanting to get the topic out for a long time, but as y'all know, man, sometimes it's hard to get things like this out because attention spans are so short. So a big part of that is trying to learn how to facilitate this information and mix it all in with this shit, big gumbo with this shit, trying to put my own little flavor, man, trying to introduce the world to the trill pill, what this shit means, talking about mental health and things of all that nature, talking about all this shit. I'm gonna start talking about sports on this. I'm gonna start getting my gaming on, all type of other shit. But first, before I get into all that other shit, it starts with the foundation. So I appreciate everybody who showed up, everybody who shared the live, all the mods, you know what I'm saying? Even though some of y'all niggas don't show up, I still got love for y'all. I ain't dropping no wrenches from y'all because y'all solid. I got love for y'all. Everybody who showed up, and you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So look, man, we got to be careful with this mental health thing, right? I know a lot of times, especially in this sector, not just this sector, I don't want to try to single out this sector because a lot of times that happens because I want to think beyond this sector, right? We are way bigger than what we think we are. The only reason we can't get to where we gotta go is because we keep fucking around in this weird little orbit. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes you got to get to it how you got to get to it. You have to protect your name. You got to protect your brand. You got to protect what you created. You know what I'm saying? You have to protect what you created, the people who fuck with you, who follow you, you know what I'm saying, or things like that. You have to protect that. So I did that. It's just all the extra shit. Sometimes we get lost in the mix of all this shit. And to me, a nigga like me, who's an overthinker, I probably think more than I need to, but I rather think more than I need to than think way less than I have to. You did? I'm always one step ahead. I'm always up and at it. You know what I'm saying? Because what I have to protect, which is me, my children, my family. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things in this world. Like, if y'all ever read this book by Mark Manson, it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, right? And the book is not about not giving a fuck. The book is simply about choosing what the fuck to care about. A lot of this shit don't mean nothing. A lot of this shit is insurmountable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I use that right, but fuck it, I'm feeling good right now. You know what I'm saying? Got a good drink, Mavs going tonight, and all that shit. But look, a lot of this shit means nothing. A lot of the shit that people be going through on this app is self-inflicted. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I always say, I'm not no savior. I'm not no psychiatrist. I'm not no therapist. I'm not none of that shit. I'm simply a nigga who love, loss, and grief have disturbed my peace, like Kendrick said in that letter. Love, loss, and grief. Love, loss, and grief. Talking about grief, I got some fried chicken. That shit good as fuck. But love, loss, and grief have disturbed my peace. You know what I'm saying? And so through love, loss, and grief, and through all the shit that I've been through, not just me, watching my partners go through shit. I got partners in the pen, partners that's in the pen right now going through shit that I'm talking to. You dig what I'm saying? They family, I'm talking to their family, but baby mama off whatever, I collect them calls. I put, you know what I'm saying? I certain shit that I do that I don't always explain, but I've become a person in my little own world, not too big, not too small, people can go to because of what the barriers that I broke through, being from South Dallas, being from the hood, being from a place that nigga put some dirt on that shit and get with it. Do and get with it. You all right? No, sometimes we ain't all right. You know what I'm saying? The area where I grew up in South Dallas, man, South Dallas is 5 to 8%, maybe more now, below the fucking poverty line. Now take that by all over the city, from the city to the rural areas, or whatever state that you in. This shit affects all of us. We've been fucked over mentally for so many years. And it's one of those things where a couple years ago, I was in the midst of some rough shit. I was broken a bitch, down on my ass, trying to figure this shit out. And I created this shit. I didn't do it for whatever. I did it just because it helps me. You know what I'm saying? It has helped me. And now it has become something that is way bigger than I even imagined. I've inspired people. My emails are flooded with people that I grew up with saying, "Say, my nigga, I appreciate that shit. I ain't never heard that shit before in my life. The information that you have, I appreciate you being vulnerable enough to get this shit out, my nigga, because there are not many niggas that's like you. A lot of us, especially us men, we be holding shit in sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We be holding shit in because don't get me wrong, we gotta be strong. And trust me, we all that. But sometimes our pride gets too big to where we say we need some help. Sometimes our women don't really understand us because we don't communicate, and vice versa. But I'm only speaking from the perspective of a black man. That's all I know. That's what I am. Like Dan said, I'm a full-grown man out here. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? So we can't keep going out and just doing shit and just winging life. We got sons. My son's birthday was today. He turned 8. You know what I'm saying? Love my little nigga to death. I'm going to give him so much game. When he ready, he going to be a cold motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Not just with women. I ain't talking to, I'm saying just a human being. Everything that I know now, I'm teaching to my children, my daughters and my sons, my nephews and my nieces who going through shit, my niggas who stay in the trap, who still in the trap, who trying to get out the trap, who locked up in the pen. For a few of them, I'm that person, or I'm one of those people that they come and talk to. I don't know why. I've always been that person people come and talk to because I have a good ear. You know what I'm saying? I listen. Shouts to my mom and my pops, God rest her soul. You know what I'm saying? Because they always taught me to listen, whether I agree with what people saying to me or not. always listen, my nigga. You might learn something. You know what I'm saying? And these days where people don't really listen to understand, people listen to just respond. This shit gets ill. This shit gets wicked. This shit gets sick. So I'm looking at this shit from a bird's eye view, right? I'm in the clouds with it. I'm in the streets with it too. I'm 10 toes down with this shit. I go out and I try to, insert myself in community shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one of them things where we can keep saying this gotta change, that gotta change, this gotta change. After all, it's like, well, nigga, you be the change. You step up to the plate and make your shit worth something. A trill pill got weight to it, it got substance to it. I know what I'm here for. And shout out to everybody that's a content creator, because one thing that gets misconstrued a lot of the times is this. Just because somebody ain't talking about some serious shit or whatever, and that just means it don't mean nothing. No, man. It's the same reason why you got comedy specials, and you got documentaries, and you got sports, and you got news, and you got all type of weird shit that you can watch. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a seat at the fucking table. Now, some niggas up in the sector and in society, fuck the sector, in a society that don't belong to have seats at our table. The table is our culture. Like Kendrick said, all that other shit that y'all be calling culture, that's how we feeling about content. Some of you niggas don't have no brilliance. Some of you niggas ain't got no intangible. Some of you niggas ain't got a creative fucking bone in your body, and you don't know how to lead people. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with who I fuck with, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Den. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Rose. You know what I'm saying? Shit, who else I'm missing? Shout out to Slump. Shout out to Big Josh, Hustle House Media. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shay. Shout out to Shan. You dig what I'm saying? Do you hear me? And it's a few others that names not coming to my mind, but you already know. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that we gotta do. It's certain niggas that shouldn't be at this table to eat. But I don't try to step in nobody's way of what they're doing. They do what they do. It's whatever. Like I said a lot of times, a lot of this shit with me is oil and water. Both can exist, but both can't mix. You dig what I'm saying? Oil and water, both can exist, but both can't mix. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to kind of fight against this shit to try to do whatever. But at the same time, though, I have to learn myself to have faith in what I'm doing, to have faith in what I'm talking about. I stay my course. I stay, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to force the issue. You know what I'm saying? I'm Luka Doncic with the shit, baby. I'm going to play the game at my pace. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play the game at my pace. And if you notice, you notice. When it's time to pop my shit, I'm going to pop my shit. And when I'm down, I'm still going to pop my shit. But just know I'm not going to be down forever. It's a certain mentality that you got to have, like a Mamba mentality, RIP to Kobe. It's a certain mentality that you got to have with your creations. I'm not playing. Nobody is really out here. Niggas who really serious about this shit are not playing with their creations. You know what I'm saying? And nigga like me, I'm a solid nigga. I have a good heart. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see all my niggas make it, even if it's before me. That makes it even greater. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is a marathon. You niggas didn't listen to Nipsey. You niggas just calling. You wasn't listening to what niggas was saying. You wasn't listening to what Pac was saying. You wasn't listening to what these niggas was saying in these songs. You just was listening to the beat and saying that shit was cool. And you wasn't listening, nigga. These niggas is talking good shit. I don't think people know how hard it is to facilitate content out of your own experiences, right? To go through what you go through, get past it. You dig what I'm saying? Get past it. And nigga, you got to go back into it, turn that shit back into content. This shit is not for everybody. And that's what makes a conglomerate a team, a community, great. It's that everybody can't do everything, but everybody is a fucking specialist what they do. Since it's fucking the NBA playoffs and shit, I'm gonna break this shit down. A 2011 motherfucking Mavericks. Nobody can do what Dirk do, but Dirk can't do what Jet Terry do. Jet Terry can't do what Sean Marion do. Sean Marion couldn't do what goddamn Deshaun Stevenson could do. Deshaun Stevenson couldn't do what JJ Barea couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. JJ Barea couldn't do what Jason Kidd do. But everybody played a part. Everybody played their role. Everybody facilitated the rock. You dig what I'm saying? And that's all it's about, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. Now I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I'm about to get drunk and watch the Mavericks win. You dig what I'm saying? You dig me. But look, I have to say that shit, man. I get the shit off my chest because I know I don't say too much. You know what I'm saying? I keep things very light with me. You know me, it's very few things that keep me happy in life. You know what I'm saying? Those things are like video games, my kids, coochie, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Books, you know what I'm saying? I paint ceramics. I sell ceramics too, man. I'm making a grip out this shit, man. If you want some ceramics, you know, for your house, vases, things of that nature, come hit me up. Yeah, I do personal order, custom orders. I will be posting that shit soon. I will be doing paint time with Pill pretty soon. Bob Ross on some shit. You did what I'm saying? But nah, man, real nigga shit, man. I can't. God damn, it come to lighten up. My bad. I'm looking at some other shit. But look though, at the same time, man, there is only, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's only one. Yeah, there's only one. Like, man, my pops. You know, some of the weirdest shit that I see on here, man. Some of the weirdest shit that I see is I see shit like this, right? I see people not being creative and trying to do what somebody else is doing, thinking it's gonna work for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put it like this, man. Shout out to my nigga Cam. Cam got intangibles. Cam can hit the fucking live button and turn this bitch up at a moment's notice. That's his gift. That's his intangible. He be on his boxing shit. You know what the boxing niggas be popping that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he pop his shit and he do him. He stay in this lane and he does that shit. Then do what the fuck he be. You know what I'm saying? He get on there and you know, and he's used to controlling the crowd. He does music. He's used to controlling the crowd, so he's used to doing all this shit. This shit is most likely in his comfort zone. I know he said he had to get to the end of that shit, but ultimately, how I see it, he used to doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Russell Toast do what he do. That's a specialty. Certain niggas have certain gifts that they're using to like make their channels grow and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And the fucked up part is when you got niggas that try to, you know what I'm saying, that try to hold niggas down. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit is silly. When in reality, if we stack this shit on top of each other, my nigga, we are the culture. Black society, everywhere we touch, nigga, we make that shit cool, nigga. Straight up. It's a whole genre. K-pop, all that shit is just 90s shit. That's our culture. That's our culture. We make this shit pop. We make this shit cool, along with a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? We controlling the waves right now, y'all. I don't think y'all really knows the fuck going on. Appointment time television is about to expire, just like print, like newspaper and magazines. That shit is eventually going to be no more. Our world, if you have a Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, you are a content creator, technically. Now, how you use your powers of content creation, how you show yourself, is somewhat a reflection of you, but that's not. I'm not here to judge that. I don't really give a fuck. I'm tunnel vision kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain people, and I didn't name everybody, but I watch a lot of this shit, and I show a lot of this shit to my people, and say, man, a lot of this shit don't be, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it do. It is some gems in here. You know what I'm saying? It is some gems off in this sector, man, and in society, man, that I just want to say shout out and salute to everybody that's out here that's trying to that's not trying to, but actually doing something about this shit or have the aspirations to do this shit, man. We do this shit. And there's a lane for the bullshit too. That's why niggas watch Bad Girls Club and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All the girls watching Bad Girls Club at one point in time. A big part of the sector is like that. That's why niggas watching The Flavor of Love and other random, you know what I'm saying, Jackass and all that shit. There's a lane for everything. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to use like, I mean, everybody doesn't deserve to have a microphone, a laptop, a phone to speak through. What you're speaking is some bullshit. And at the same time, if you gain the following, a lot of these folks have never led anything. A lot of these folks, this is their first time in their fucking life leading a group of people. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know what the fuck to do. And they're weaponizing their subscribers. They're weaponizing their following. They'll try their best to crash you out and take your shit down. That shit's not fly. That shit's not cool. That shit ain't funky. You dig what I'm saying? Shopping on my watch. That's my baby right there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my minds, man. You know, my baby's right there. You know what I'm saying? They all women. They all got strong minds. They gonna go wherever they fucking go and argue, whatever. But nonetheless, I do respect their minds because at the end of it, besides all the other shit that some of y'all see, I see a different side of a lot of people on here that I talk to, whether they subs or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that we got to get on this bitch and try to turn up all the time and try to, you know what I'm saying, put our chest out like, that shit lame to me. I'm sorry. It might be some shit that I might do to be lame to y'all. That's cool. But I'm just saying, a lot of that shit be lame to me. Because a lot of folks ain't being themselves. A lot of folks, this is the YouTube, the internet has spilled into their lives, and it's actually attached at the hip. It's just like a nasty wart to some of these niggas' lives, man. And it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that, man. It really shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody, I know I didn't name out, you know, I didn't get everybody's name. I know somebody, hopefully somebody gonna be mad with her name, but whatever the fuck. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? If you know type shit. You know what I'm saying? You know TRILLPILL go everywhere he want to, but certain places I don't, and that's whatever. But everybody have the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and that's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing is content creators, man. We gotta stop trying to not all of us do it. I'm speaking more in a blanket term, more of a general terms, but I know people, I've seen people and I see people weaponize their chats, man. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't nobody lose no subscribers over no argument, over some bullshit and somebody just that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit I don't rock with. A lot of these folks is transparent. These niggas is translucent souls in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? To get on this hoe and be yipping and yapping and not have no weight to what you're talking about or whatever the fuck, that shit is lame to me. A lot of you folks has been exposed on this bitch. I'm not gonna name no names, but you know. A lot of folks have been proven to not be who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's dangerous about the internet. And I'm gonna close this shit out. I promise. I know I said I'm gonna close this shit out, but I'm gonna really close this shit out. I'm just getting shit off my chest. Fuck it. Everybody else do this shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that y'all gotta find a way to try to be entertaining, but if your way of entertaining is taking away, I put it like this: at what cost will you go to entertain your subscribers? What's the limit? What's the fucking limit? Some of y'all are proven not to have no fucking limits, and I mean that's fine, but in the day, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas that's why y'all need to be going through what y'all be going through sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that sometimes we gotta do whatever, but at the same time, shit, you turn up on me, I turn up on you. Sometimes you gotta fight 5 with 5. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's the whole balance. You gotta balance it out. Like I ain't just TRILLPILL all day long. Like I try to do my thing. I try to do my best with just being positive or whatever, but there are moments of weakness that I've had on this fucking app with arguing with foolish ass niggas and you know what I'm saying, just silly shit like that. But at the same time, it's like I'm human. And so that's why when people say, like, oh, you think he too, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you can watch that too, False Narrative Part 1 and False Narrative Part 2. But anyway, a lot more, you know what I'm saying, false narrative videos is interesting, very educational, but it's one of the things where people were saying things got back to me like, oh, you think he better? I ain't never said I was better than anybody, man. I just choose to do what I do, and I choose to do it how I want to do it. Can nobody trick me out of my position of what I'm talking about? Niggas can have everything else, man. I'm good money over here. Cool money over here, man. I really am. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta stay in their lane, do what they do, and try their best to expand without jeopardizing your life. Trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to be cool on the internet. Niggas' whole lives is in jeopardy. Trying to, you know what I'm saying, niggas saying they gonna pull up here and pull up there. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't come to that. Now, I'm all good for some good fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? If you niggas want that fight with TRILLPILL, hit me up in the DM. I'm for sure gonna fight a nigga, dump a nigga on his neck, and fuck around and crack a clavicle or something. You know what I'm saying? But just saying though, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have to come to that for us to get our points across. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be able to communicate and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm on my soapbox shit, but fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just watched people get killed in the grocery store. I just watched another young brother get shot in his back. I just watched, I don't know how, but it kind of robs me of my joy sometimes when I see these things that go on around us and know like this can be any of us at any given time. A lot of our little black girls are missing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bullshit goes wrong, and I know it ain't trying to be somber, nothing like that, but sometimes, man, a lot of this shit does not mean nothing. It has no substance to it. It has no weight to it. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit I be seeing, it'd be sickening, it'd be disgusting. Sometimes I do watch it, you know what I'm saying? Because as human beings, you know, we like exciting shit. We like arguing. We like niggas fighting. We like shooting and violence and all type of shit. So that's some type of incitable, I never said that word right, but some type of feature in us that just human. Like, we just get excited by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Adrenaline kicks up when we see a nigga throwing some punches in that bitch. You know, that's why niggas like boxing and UFC and wrestling and shit like that and sports and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of our DNA. It's part of our culture, unfortunately. But it is what it is, man. But like I said, man, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, man, because I got some chicken wings waiting on me in the air fryer. I gotta throw some sauce on them hoes. I got this drink sitting over here. I've been prepping for drinking my water. I gotta watch these mavs do what they do tonight, man. And I just hope y'all take, you know what I'm saying, y'all take you know what I'm saying, whatever. And you know what I'm saying, and y'all do what y'all do with it. You know what I'm saying? Who is Ling Ling talking about let's go to state? I'm about to put you in timeout, love. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put y'all in timeout. I'm talking about let's go to state. Nah, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? Well, nah, for real, man. Shout out to everybody who showed up. Then say got the sniper squad, yeah. Check ready for whatever, exactly. But the same, but then at the same time, though, sometimes when the shit be going down, like that's how I'm trying to tell niggas all the time, bro. Like, I don't be having opinions on. I mean, I be having opinions about the shit at the same time. If somebody's coming for your character, you gotta do what the fuck you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of these niggas on here been on their Mr. Morale type shit. These niggas did some wild shit in the past, and all of a sudden they are the litmus test for morale, and that shit is weird to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit be weird to me. I've seen some of the wildest shit on this YouTube shit being off in this sector. And now some of you niggas is the litmus test for what's right and what's wrong. Some of y'all niggas need to shut the fuck up. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all feel me or not, but whatever. I got to close this shit on out, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple more tracks, man. I got to put my nigga on here, man. Young Boss Crook, man. Straight out the fucking Crooked Eye, man. Out the goddamn Triple D. Out there in Los Angeles, man, doing the thing on that music. That nigga hitting a playlist. That nigga on them playlists. You know what I'm saying? On the Spotify playlist and the Apple playlist. You know what I'm saying? My niggas really out there getting to it out there, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, on some real shit, man. I'm gonna get them on here one of these days, man, because my niggas sock the shit out of the niggas for this shit, man. So they should take this shit seriously, man. And that's why I'm saying I don't be around or hang around and fuck with niggas who don't take what they doing serious, man. Niggas trying to get money with this shit. Niggas got families to feed. Niggas got children to raise. Niggas got real life problems. Niggas got nagging ass wives and baby mamas. Niggas got nagging, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit that goes on to have a nigga get some time to create something. Once a nigga get to creating, though, it's magic. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking magic, man. So that being said, man, I got a couple more tracks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cook up in this bitch, man. Y'all hold on real quick, man. Make sure you hit that motherfucking like button. All right, hit that motherfucking like button. All right, hit that like button. I'm gonna say it again. Hit the motherfucking like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hit that subscribe button. What's all the shit the niggas be saying? Like, subscribe, and share. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the ladies out there that's finna get ready to go to bed. That meals in the oven, that's in the air fryer. Y'all out there wearing big t-shirts. My merch has been there. I done sold out my shirts. I ain't put them online because I got people out here who really want them shit. So if y'all want y'all shirt, man, y'all hit me up, man. I will make a big t-shirt, a big TRILLPILL t-shirt just for the ladies who like them big. No, all y'all ladies like to walk around in gowns and shit, but someone like that big t-shirt. I might spray a little bit of even my cologne or somewhere. I got some of that shit. That shit expensive as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I might spray some of that shit on there. You know what I'm saying? For the ladies that want that. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, man, shout out to everybody into the chat, man. I got love for y'all, man. I really do, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Holla at me. Ladies, holla at me. If you want a big t-shirt, I will hook you up with the big t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? From the TRILLPILL. Depending on what you send me in the DM, you might not have to pay for it. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? 2 tracks and I'm gone, man. This my boy, Young Boss Crook, man. Make sure y'all go to his page. Everything that I show will be in the description box, man. Every song, every article, all that shit. Y'all can get your click on, get your reading on. If you got nothing to do, you can watch this back, man. And those who watch on the replay, make sure y'all go and get these articles and read them. I didn't get as much information as I wanted to because I kind of got off on a tangent and started rambling shit. I took a couple of shots of shit, as you can tell. Started, do a little stumble and bumble over my words, my T's and my S's and shit like that. But that's okay. But look, nonetheless, make sure you go read the information, okay? Sometimes this mental health shit can be weaponized against us. How they weaponized it with the nigga in Buffalo, that puss ass nigga in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? How they just say, oh, maybe he got, I don't give a fuck about the nigga mentally. He knew what he was doing, You dig what I'm saying? And shit like that. So just think about this shit, recognize this shit, man. RIP to the ex, man. It's his birthday yesterday. That's what this all dedicated about his birthday. It kind of tying the correlation and providing some information that many people don't really know about his history with the mental health. And he always said this about mental health. You know what I'm saying? If you take the I out of illness and add the we, you got wellness, man. You dig what I'm saying? Simple statement, big solution. Take the I out of illness, right? And add we in wellness. All right. So you know my slogans, man. Stay trill and heal. All right. Mind your mental to be monumental and stay mentally trill, man. I got love for y'all, man. I love y'all again. This first track, Young Boss Crook Zorro. My niggas straight out the goddamn D out there in LA doing this thing, hitting them Spotify playlists. Y'all better catch on to them before you nigga blow up, man. You dig what I'm saying? Make good music. And the second song, I'm gonna bring that in myself because that's what South Dallas shit. So let's go, man.
Crook. Riding solo, whipping like a humble man, but my diamonds like a shovel. Sipping Momo, going logo like a Lolo. Busy man, but I'm thugging on a dollar. Blowing dodo, ain't about what it is a no-go. My money, leave my hand and come back like a yo-yo. They on my dick, they throwing salt, that's a lover. Riding solo, dolo, whipping like a Zoro. My bitch a fox, your bitch a thought. Your value just dropped. I'm rich in my stock. I'm punching the clock. I'm rich when I drop. The grind never stop. I'm riding blue hair, pull up at the top. They smile in my face, but really be ops. They stuck in their ways, I'm stuck to the car. I switched up the plot, and now I'm on top. The bitch is the middle, the cream of the car. I'm from the bottom, the zero in the sauce. The bigger I dream, the harder it got. I never flip, don't know how to fly. I never flip, don't know how to fly. Custodian nigga, I'm good with the mop. Petroleum blowing, I'm good by the stock. No podium, calling the shots like a rock. Plutonium, pull up and blow up your spot. I know some niggas that's doing no knocks. Feds on the watch, turned up a notch. Blowing out crops and bleeding the block. These niggas can't walk a mile in my size. They smiling, they flat, trying to take what I got. Ooh, I just wanna put me in box. Ooh, cause wanna put me on lock. Can't fuck with these niggas, no trust in these niggas. Ooh, these niggas be switching their sides. I see the hate in their eyes, that's why I want these whenever I ride. No, we not the same, no, we cannot hang. No, you are not gang, can't fuck with no lane. They want the fame and I want the change. It's all about games, I'm moving the chain.
Blame the ones that ain't real when they face. Blame the ones that don't give on their time. Blame the ones that be moving in stations. Blame the streets that they made me this way. Blame the ones that ain't real when they face. Blame the ones that don't give on their time. Blame the ones that be moving in stations.
Riding solo, dolo, whipping like a Zoro. Humble man, but my diamonds like a shovel. Sipping Momo, going logo like a Lolo. Busy man, but I'm thugging on a Lolo. Blowing dodo, ain't about what it is a no-go. My money, leave my hand and come back like a yo-yo. They on my dick, they throwing salt, that's a lover. Riding solo, dolo, whipping like a Zoro.
Hey man, this next song, Fofo Mike Deezy, Big TSF business, man. Big TSF business, man. Big TSF business, man. Fofo Mike Deezy and Zeddy Wayne, man. Pressure, man. I love y'all. Monumental to be monumental, man. I'm out this bitch.
Alpha Omega Films, but you already knew that.
That dollar, we got a problem. Trouble. They always been for the dog, nigga.
Alpha Omega Films, but you already knew that.
That dollar, we got a problem. Trouble. They always been for the dog, nigga. Bunton shit. Nah, this shit Mofo shit. The biggest elephant in the city. Southside shit.
Follow this motherfucker.
I get you hit with the swipe of a credit card. My bitch is bad and bougie, they doing fraud. Call me a play in the cliff right on Illinois. You hear them choppers, they ringing, they making noise. See a nigga, I want him, I'm hitting up Zeddy. He turning your brains to spaghetti. We don't fuck with no snitches, we cutting them up just like Eddie. Beat off in them cars like Andretti. Knew where he lacking, we sack him, we put him in packs. He disappeared like he was mad. He be talking, we smack him, that nigga that really be acting. We cut his top like Zeddy did his league basket. Niggas be talking shit that they not really about. Hold to the tongue, we both put on that rep and style. Get you knocked out for promo on a little cloud. It was them South Dallas niggas be really bout. There's a big blipper and a motherfucking elephant. We run our section, it takes some intelligence.
I chop in the bando and sleep in a condo. I pull up with nothing but nine like Rondo and Rondo. He purchased a brick and I sold him some shake. I'm not from Toronto, but keep me a Drake. He sleep with the fishes, he deep in the lake. My diamonds are water, they wet as the lake. Me and my Jesus, that dollars are great. I killed a buddy and pay for his weight. The L-15 shot right in his face for playing with Bill for the dog. Killed him, I gotta be gone. I bit me a corner and spray on his home. From back in the day, I've been laying on niggas. From back in the day, I've been spraying on niggas. I'm out of my mind, I'm out of my body. You get you a body, don't tell nobody. He come to the south to purchase some dope and they still ain't found the body. Playing with Diesel, you play with the South. So knock on the door, just run through your house. Them missiles, they sounding like whistles. Mention my niggas, we coming to get you. Your face in a picture, got 30 in my pocket. I'm dripping in red, just like I'm a rocket. These haters can't stand it, they know they can't stop it. I pop it, I'm making it rock. These niggas, they talking, I live it for real. Back in your crib, and I'm back on your ass. These niggas, they know they're not dealing for real. 36 old, I'm back in the kitchen, I rip it for real. I'm right on his head, just like it's a stock, and I'm up in the south. For blip for the dog, the biggest elephant. They disrespect, gon' send them to heaven.
Say, man, I lied, man. You know what I'm saying? I fucking lied, man. I got one more song, man. You know, I couldn't leave the goddamn stream without playing something for my fellas, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we like to see some good cheeks. You know what I'm saying? You know, same nigga with the guns, but every now and then, you gotta see some good cheeks, man. Good cheeks is good for your mental health, fellas. So make sure you go and see some ass and titties on your way out. Monumental be monumental, baby. Much love to y'all, man. Go Mavs. Mavs fans for life. Let's
Hey, say. Hey, look, say. If she go to trill, I ain't finna chase that bitch. Say I'll make her sick. I'm on icy candy kid. Baby, get a grill. Fuck that roller coaster shit. Have her turn and flip. Way I rope a dope that bitch. If she go to trill, I ain't finna chase that bitch. Say I'll make her sick. I'm on icy candy kid. Baby, get a grill. Fuck that roller coaster shit. Have her turn and flip. Way I rope a dope that bitch. Baby, hold still, car wheel, that's a flip. Baby, head ruthless, love her tongue, I love her lips. Steak it through Chris, lemon butter, that's my deal. Baby went to trip, I ain't fuck her, I just deal. Got head on my hip, soon as I hopped off in that ship. My little gutter sent that ass, just the Soto be the trip. Hit my bro in that clip, had to scoop up a little zip. Open the bag and took a whip, yeah, that's that loud, yeah, that's that feel. Put her to a spot, it's going down, something vicious. Walked up to the door, she opened her up, looking so delicious. Smelling fresh about the shower, had that TV on that power. About to give these 50 strokes and then be ghosting by the hour. First, let's light up some of these flowers. Now we floating, now we flying. She with my dick and started lit. I slid them panties and got the rip. And I think I broke it, she got the drip. Then her baby started crying. She screamed out, boy, never mind. I looked at her like, girl, you tripping. And check my tape, she said she tripped. I ain't finna check that bitch. Say I make her sick. I'm on icy candy kid. Baby, get a grill. Fuck that roller coaster shit. Have her turn and flip. Way I rope a dope that bitch. If she go to trips, I ain't finna check that bitch. Say I make her sick. I'm on icy candy kid. Baby, get a grill. Fuck that roller coaster shit. Have her turn and flip. Way I rope a dope that bitch. Yeah.
Pull up like what's bragging. She look back like what was standing. Told her this the action. She said, bet no questions asked. Me ain't with that wax shit. Ain't no time for no distractions. Pull up in designer. Ain't no telling. We be smashing. Look, she say, boy, you know you bout them games without that rapping. I told her shit your last nigga was lame without that cabin. That shit had her laughing cause she know I don't be gassing. I say what I mean and I'ma say that shit with passion. Look, I be bout that action. I be bout that action. If you try to hand me fractions, 25 got double action. Yo, bitch on my dick, cause she know I don't be lagging. Feel like Julie and I'm nagging, but she know I don't be acting.
If she go to trill, I ain't finna check that bitch. Say I make her sick. I'm on icy candy kid. Baby, get a grill. Fuck that roller coaster shit. Have her turn and flip. Way I rope a dope that bitch. If she go to trips, I ain't finna check that bitch. Say I make her sick. I'm on icy candy kid. Baby, get a grill. Fuck that roller coaster shit. Have her turn and flip. Way I rope a dope that bitch. Yeah.